We talked a little bit last week about a few different elements of trading discussed by me, as of course, that tied in deeply to the trading education, the trading psychology, the understanding of the mind and how it impacts us both personally, relationally, financially. And we talked about the most important number one truth for anyone that's looking to make $1 million with their trading account, or at the very least, turn it into an ATM machine you can install in your front of your house that can print out every day or every week, depending on how much you trade. Last week, we covered number one, which was make money smart, not quick. Okay. That means if you rush into it, you're going to lose it. And often the losses will always outweigh the wins. We've already covered that one. So we're going to move on to number two. Slow steps lead to strong gains. If your money's a plant, you can't just dump a gallon of water on it and then watch it grow for the rest of the rest of your time, right? If you overwater a plant from day one, you're going to kill it. What does that mean? Well, it means that some things require small, seemingly innocuous bouts of discipline in which you must care and tend to it. A healthy plant is watered little by little, but more frequently. Same thing with exercise or anything else you experience in your life. You can't just make one deposit and hope that it all gets better and you don't have to look back. Your trading account is no different. If you're not tapping into the truth about who you are and what you want to accomplish with this, it's never going to matter to you. So I ask you this. Some of you have kids, right? What's your plan for them? Yeah, they're going to go to college or they're going to work their ass off and get a degree and they're going to make money themselves. But what's your plan for them? How are you intending on setting them up for the rest of their life? Do you have that answer? If you don't, that's okay, but you should. I'm a father of three, and I already have a pretty good indication of exactly how I'm going to do it. I'm already doing some of those smaller steps in practice, but more importantly, I've put the time in to understand what it is I actually want to accomplish. I don't want to hand them a trust fund of $100 million. I wish I could, but I don't really want to do that. I want to set them up so should they be entrepreneurial like myself, they have a small bit of startup capital that will get them on their feet to do whatever it is they want to build. After that, it's up to them. That's my goal. I know that goal. So now everything that I do in my trading builds up to that goal. Again, slow, small, simple steps lead me to the big goal that I want to accomplish. It's never one lick. It's never one time. It's never one trade. That's just not the reality we live in. Nothing in life happens that way. And if it does, much like the lottery, there's a reason that it's statistically insane. What is it, like over half of large lottery winners end up broke, disheveled, dealing with mental health issues after they've won? Because they didn't train themselves to be prepared for what the hell they do with all that money. If you haven't trained your mind on who you would be and how you would be once you are wealthy, once you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, if you haven't done those small, simple steps to begin training yourself for that eventual reality, you'll blow it when it comes. That's the reality of it. So what does that mean for your trading account? Well, to keep it very simple, it means that if you're trying to hit a home run and hoping that's going to be your be-all, end-all solution, it's not going to work. And the sad part is you might actually hit one, and I would argue that that would be more damaging than should you have not. Some traders get one huge win, and then they overestimate their own competence, right? Their competence is really here. They're new, they understand a little bit, but they're not the best. But they start estimating their own competence here. So what do? Well, they start oversizing trades, they start taking more risk, and they do what any normal person would do, any sane person who experiences a windfall cash, they try to replicate the result. Here's the problem. It was a fluke to begin with. There's nothing to replicate. Now, had you implemented a very unique and arguably proprietary strategy to your trading portfolio that yielded a huge win, you could do that again. But if you said, oh, you know what, I think this is going to boom after earnings, I'm just going to take it, and you bet your whole portfolio on it and you won, you're going to get destroyed. And at the end of the day, the only thing I care about here is it's not that I don't care if you don't make money, but my number one priority is to ensure that you know better than to lose it. Because once your capital is gone, you don't have an opportunity. You don't have an option. You don't have anything to give to the market. And unfortunately, this is something you do need some money to do. So just like getting a job where you have to travel 30 minutes to get to work, say it's your dream job, but you don't have a car and you don't have an option to get there. You're too far from public transportation, and riding a bike is just not feasible. Say goodbye to your dream job. This is no different. If you don't have an appropriate amount of capital, which could be $300, $200, $1,000, 10K, all depends on where you're at in your life. If you don't have a reasonable amount of capital and at least an hour a day to give to this, it's not going to work. But that's the beauty of it, is that all you have to do is donate that hour of time and a little bit of cash, and you absolutely can turn this into an opportunity to make money every single day without leaving your house, without making a huge commitment. You can call off whenever you want. Just know that you probably won't get paid that day. But it's an opportunity for you to add income where most people are just letting time slip by. They're letting the market pass them by. And with record inflation, you guys, not being able to do this, that would be one of the scariest things in the world to me. I really do feel really scared for those that have no exposure to financial markets and aren't willing to learn and have no interest, because they're going to get destroyed over the next 10 years. Exactly. Make a tag man sound. That man had one thing down perfectly all the time from day one. It said slow and steady gains will always cut you a check. That is the reality of this game you're playing. If you know the rules, you can play it well. So hitting those little base hits is the smartest thing you could do for those of you that are new. I'm going to cut the TED Talk there, but just to wrap it up one last time, number 2 is slow steps lead to strong gains. Your money is a plant, and it works best if you grow it by watering it a little bit every day. You can't just pour a gallon and hope that it becomes a tree. It doesn't work that way. So the same thing with your trades, with your money. Hit those little base hits and stack. And then each week you come back and you look at how the week performed. I don't care about the days. I care about the week. Then once you've mastered that, you go back to the month. How did the month perform? Because once you can get there and you can start taking these trades, there's no reason anyone with a 9 to 5 can't do this every single day for at least an hour a day. And that's all I want for you, is to understand that for an hour of day of your time and a few $100, you can install a damn ATM machine in your living room that will pay you and print for you for the rest of your life. And for some people that are fortunate enough that exercise the discipline and start this the right way, they're not going into work anymore. They're just doing this because you sit at home. It's stuff you do in your free time. When the market's closed, you study and map your trades. When the market's open, you execute your trades and you walk away.